Okay, welcome everybody. Welcome to Black Friday morning, or if you're in Hawaii, happy Thanksgiving. So, this is Ghost Sweeper Mikami, based off the anime of the same name. So, there's not much to tell because I don't really know the story. So, I guess we will just, I know the basics of the story, but let's just go on and get into the run. Alright. And we are off. So the first thing to know about this game is every time you get a power-up, you only keep it until you get damaged. So you want to make sure when you get the power-up that you don't get hit by anything. So that'll be the true test of how well this run goes, is how many times I get hit, not on purpose. Like these right here, those are all intentional, just to speed it up a little bit. And I'm just going to say that every time I get hit because it makes me look a little better. Alright, so we're going to get our first power up right here. It's basically two kunais that we can use to do a little range. And we want to try to hold this for at least the first 3 levels. But I'm pretty nervous, so I'll probably lose it here in about 10-15 seconds. Hold on one second. So basically, the story from what I know is you're trying to find 7 stones that belong to a statue. So in each board, you fight a boss that's holding a stone or a gem, and you're trying to complete a statue. And at the end, you find out that, oh man, that was bad, that the statue comes to life and is actually the ultimate bad guy when you complete the statue. See, did not want to take that hit, now I'm behind. But that's okay. So the main weapon in this game... Oh, crap. Sorry. Like I said, nerves. Okay, first boss. So we want to try to stun lock this boss. So we're hoping for a good pattern. We're hoping that he stays in the lower part of the board. And if he does, then we can stun lock him on 1 cycle. That's not going to be a 1 cycle. See, we wanted him right there. That would have been, if we'd have gotten that on the first cycle, we would have been able to kill him without him going back in. But that will end the first level. So the next level is a water-based board, so it has water physics where the water is pushing you back the entire time. So the best way to move through this board is just to keep on jumping, and that way the water doesn't push you back. Because if you try to walk in the water, you walk pretty slow, but if you keep jumping, you actually move at the normal speed. Also, one other thing about this game is every time you swing, if you are walking, it actually stops your movement. So I'm taking a little safety here. This is by far the board I hate the most. And it's just because you have to keep jumping and there's always something coming at you. But more than anything, it's these frogs. They just want to kill you. Frogs are easily the worst enemy in this game. Ghouls, no problem. Frogs, well, they are not fun. Alright, I'm going to take a little safety there. Don't want to... I'm moving a lot slower, just so that I don't take a death. Last thing I want to do is die. Alright, so at least through the only water part of the game. So that's good. So now we're going to head up the mountain to our second boss. And on the way up the mountain, we're going to make sure we get back our power-up, which is the kunais. And once again, we don't want to lose them. Oh, man. You're not supposed to fall there. Let's just say that. So we just need to make sure we take everything out on the way up. We don't want to lose anything. Ooh, that was close. Come on. What? I don't know what I was doing there. Oh, and then I lost it. So this is going to make the second boss a little bit more fun and challenging. So the second boss is a doll. The only way to damage the doll is to hit its two hands. So the hands will be fairly large, and they'll always be coming at you. So basically, you just want to go left and right and hit each one in succession. So you want to get a good rhythm going. And if you can get a good rhythm going, this boss is no problem. I've already lost a good rhythm, but I can get it back. I said I could get it back. So now I'll just... The problem with grouping them up is you can't hit them. I mean, basically they're just going to keep moving off the screen, and you just have to wait till they come back. So a good rhythm is actually better, because it keeps one always coming at you, while the other kind of pushes away from you, and that way you can just keep on hitting them, since they each have their own hitbox. Okay, so here's our first of two auto-scrollers in the game. There's not much to tell about these auto-scrollers. This one, of course, you're just riding a cat, because, like every good anime game, you need to be able to ride a cat. So, there's not much to tell about these auto-scrollers. You want to kind of make sure that you have full health before you get to the boss. So, but there are plenty of health drops, like right there. So we'll duck. Okay, so now we're gonna have we're gonna get a power up here. We'll try to keep this power up, but if we lose it, it's not the end of the world. This boss is he throws a lot of projectiles, so you're most likely gonna lose a power up anyways to it, unless you get really lucky. Alright. So now we're just going to kill a couple more, then we're going to duck the rest. And we're just going to let everything fly over top of us. Kill these last two. And then we're going to move to the front of the screen so that we reduce the amount of time between the auto-scroller right here where she runs to the front of the screen. So on this boss, we're just going to get up in its face and just swing. And if we take too much damage, we'll just freeze him using our special... Oh, sorry. That shouldn't have died there. So yeah, see, he's got a lot of projectiles, so you were going to get hit at some point. Unless you get the good pattern where he just throws debris from the air, and you can just dodge those. Alright, so now we're moving on to the forest level. It's always fun when you get a PB right before a marathon run, because you just throw away your good run before the run starts. Alright, here we go. So now we're on the forest stage. So we're just going to make sure that we kill everything that's in our way, and we're going to get our power up back. Once again, we want to try not to lose it, but I've not been doing a good job of that this run. And this is one of those stages where you just kind of want to hold right. As long as you hold right, you're going to be good. Because everything seems to want to fall in succession for you. So now, on this next part, we've got some trees that we have to jump over. So, this is the only one that... There we go. That's the only one that really can give you a bother. Once again, we're going to just try to kill everything that's in our way. These flying apples, they they make no sense. Or tomatoes, I don't know what they're. Oops. See, that's what happens. If you attack while running, it actually just stops your momentum. So you want to try to do all of your attacks while jumping, so that your momentum keeps going forward. Alright, so this boss is a dog that turns into a ghost. Because we had the cat on the last board, we gotta have dogs on this board. And basically, we want to hit him. We want to try to kill him when he's close to the ground. But you also just want to kill him fast, so. And the reason you want to kill him when he's close to the ground is because his animation after he dies is really slow as he falls to the ground. And see, that's perfect. Hitting him, killing him right on the ground saves all that animation time. So now we're going to move on to our second and final auto-scroller. This one you get to ride a witch's broom, so that's always good, because we are a witch. So, once again, there's not much to say about, you know, the auto-scroller, but the boss can really troll you depending on what pattern you get. So, what we're going to try to do is we're going to pick up this power-up. We want to try to keep it, but that's not been going so well today, so we will see. You gotta, each one of these enemies has a different pattern, so you just need to watch out for everything. And once, I mean, it's an auto-scroller, so once you know where everything is, it shouldn't be too difficult. Nothing's gonna surprise you as long as you stay ahead of it. Let this go. Let that guy go. Alright, we got one big. Here we go. Don't get that. And we should be safe. Okay. So the boss is going to come up here shortly. You want to do as much damage as you can with this power-up before he gets too close. Because the quick kill involves you staying in his hitbox and just hitting him as fast as possible. So let's see if we can get the quick kill before he does some crazy patterns. Alright, so we're going to take an intentional hit here to stay in his hitbox. Ah, we did not get it. But we only need 2 more hits, I think. Nope, 1 more. So that wasn't too bad. That was actually pretty fast. But he can really troll you with his patterns. If you don't get the quick kill, he can just go all around the screen, and it makes it tough to get hits on him. Alright, so now we're going to a construction site that has rock throwing baseball construction workers. Or not rock throwing, whatever that is. Alright, so the big thing on this board is there is a 50-50. That was bad. Towards the end of the board. And if you get the good 50-50, you get a lot of power-ups that make this board go a lot faster. If you get the bad 50-50, it's basically just a bunch of enemies. So we're hoping for the good pattern here to get a bunch of power-ups instead of more enemies. I'm just taking it easy. See, that's why I was taking it easy, so I wouldn't get hit. Alright, so here's the 50-50. So we're hoping for a good. And we got the good. That's good. So we get health and a bunch of power-ups. That's going to make the final boss of this level pretty easy. Alright, so now we just go down all these conveyor belts. Just watch out for the stones. As you can tell, I know all the characters' names. Come on. There we go. Alright, we'll wait for that guy. Alright. So this boss is a ghost clown who sits on top of a giant rat. But he also summons mini clowns that you want to hit before they start playing their trumpet, because they can turn you into a mini version of yourself. So this is why getting that power up is good, is you can use the power up multiple times to freeze him, making this go a lot faster. Alright, so now his second form, he'll get on top of a rat. And we want to make sure to kill the groups of 3 mini clowns. Like these guys. They can turn you into a mini version of yourself. It looks like we got a good pattern. Nice. Alright. So now we move on to ancient Greece. Or whatever it is. The big thing with this next one is you get a power-up that you don't lose that makes platforms. And you need to use the platforms to go to the top and bottom of the board to get over obstacles. But there's a day and night cycle, and the night cycle, the gravity is really low, I guess. I don't know gravity. So when it's night, you can actually jump a lot higher. And you'll see right here. And so what you want to do is throw these platforms. Oh no, no. Oof. So the big thing is you want... I didn't make it. You want to try to get there in 2 cycles to the boss. But because I missed it, I have to wait till the night cycle comes back around. So as you can tell, while we're waiting for the night cycle to come back around, we're wasting a lot of time. And so you want to try to do this entire board on 2 cycles. I missed it again. Sorry, guys. So you can go without the night cycle, but it is very slow. Oh, come. I promise, I've played this game before. Okay, so we finally made it over that extremely easy part. We'll just call rip on the run from that. Okay, so now here's the final climb. I don't know if we'll have enough time to get up there, but we shall see. Yeah, we're good. Okay, so this boss, 2 parts. The first is a doppelganger, and then the second is a horseman. So, doppelganger, we just want to watch out for her quick strikes and try to just... Those strikes right there, you want to watch out for them, try to jump over them, but sometimes they're hard to predict. Oops, I hit it at the wrong time. But we got her. So now the horseman is the easiest boss in the game because he just lays flat. And that's all he does. So now that we've finished we've got all the 7 crystals, we actually put them in the statue and we get to fight the final boss. Alright. So the final boss is kind of like a female Goku with a big scythe. And we get to fight on a tilting platform. So the thing about this boss is it actually regains health if you don't hit it. So you want to keep hitting it. And usually she... This is not a good boss fight. But we... Oh, man. That lightning's not that fun. And that's it. So now we just wait till we lose control. And that will be time. 22:58. Not great, but underestimate, so that's good. But that was Ghost Sweeper Mikami. So it's a pretty fun game, and it's just it's one of those easy to learn games with 2 auto scrollers, and the mechanics they're not really tough, and there's no strats you need to really learn, so, or glitches, but that is Ghost Sweeper Mikami. Thank you all so much for allowing me to run this, even though I pretty much butchered the run, but it was a lot of fun, that's for sure. And I guess that'll do it for me. Thank you all so much for coming out, and I hope you all have a good Black Friday. So I will let y'all watch the ending, and I will see you all later.